Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another day, another edition of the CranKy Duckling broadcast with something different, with something special. Welcome to the 2025 KungFu Cup #1 Warcraft 3 Evolution Edition. I'm of course Showside VIP. With me I'm joined by these amazing players, by the people in chat, by my plushies as well. Welcome again to something that I've never casted before. We've been covering a lot of StarCraft Evolution, a lot of SEL, a lot of show matches with the Latin American community and other events, but this is different. This is Warcraft 3 Evolution instead. Same concept though. It's going to be the same concept. Essentially, we have the Warcraft 3 races being battled or being pitted against the SC2 races instead. I have no idea what I'm going to step into. I have no idea how this is going to go. I don't know how balanced or imbalanced this is. I don't know how units interact with each other, and it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be crazy, but I look forward to it. I do look forward to it. Again, it is a bit of a shame Yaku did want to join me for this, but again, Yaku, he is under the weather. Yaku, he did get a little bit unwell yesterday, and that's also why he could only do half of the podcast. But since then, what I should say is that we will be covering the second edition of this tournament next week, and Yaku should be there with me for that. So he'll be there eventually, hopefully. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. So we're going to try to weather through this together here. Now, when it comes to Warcraft 3 and when it comes to my experience with it, I did play a lot of it as a kid. I used to play it in high school. I used to go to like PC cafes or PC bunks to play it as well. And it was a lot of fun, but I never really like laddered or really played it competitively or anything like that. Never really embraced any of the esports side of it either. Actually, in a sense, I guess kind of similar to Brood War, in a sense, I guess, except later, slightly later in life. So yeah, I'm curious how this goes. I did actually watch quite a bit of Warcraft 3 Reforged when it came out. Like when it came to, if I remember correctly, I think they launched and they had their first event at like a DreamHack, and it did not go well at all. Like, but that had nothing to do with the game itself. It had more to do with the stability of the game, I should say. And yeah, we'll see how this turns out. We'll see. I have no idea. So just to bring things into greater context here, the map pool is going to be the current ladder map pool. So Abyssal Reef, Neon Violet Square, Amygdala, Whispers of Gold. Your typical maps is what we expect to step into. Likewise, just like StarCraft Evolution, we do force the races to be opposed to each other. So game 1, we have SC2 versus Warcraft 3. Game 2, Warcraft 3 versus SC2. That sort of thing. Just like in StarCraft Evolution, where the game is meant to be balanced to it is balanced in a way where it's going to be Warcraft 3 versus StarCraft 2 races, not against each other. So here we go. We're stepping in. Up first, we have YoungYakov versus Harstem. It says ZVZ. That's their SC2 races. When it comes to what we're stepping into, I have no idea. I have no idea what's about to happen. Let's go. Let's jump on in. Also, as we settle into, a big shout out to Random Hyper One in the chat. Thank you so much. God, thank you so much for the sub for 3 months. For 3 months, thank you so much. We do appreciate it. We do support it. Thank you, Pappy. As we are stepping into game #1 and spawning. I know the UI is a little bit bugged. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Abyssal Reef, we have the Terran player, the Red Terran. It is Harstem. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the human player, the blue human. It is YoungYakov. Here we go. Okay, so welcome one and all to something that is very different to what we are used to. Welcome to Warcraft 3 versus StarCraft. Here we go. We have Harstem, of course, setting up here for a low ground setup. There we go, going for a Rax. I imagine Rax expand over a single gas geyser. Meanwhile, YoungYakov across the map is playing human, and we have the lovely gold mines. Let's go. We have gold mines. Apparently, minerals are lumber. They're mining the minerals. They're getting wood out of it. Let's go. So visually, it's a little bit It's a little bit scuffed here, but two resources regardless, right? We have our 2 resources, we have our gold, we have our lumber, I suppose. We're getting into our openers, and what I find really cool about this, really interesting, is that we do have creeps. Creeps are on the map, but only on the half of the map of the Warcraft 3 player. So we do have vendors, we have the goblin merchants here, we have the creeps, of course, as well. We have some Draenei creeps over here, we have like the kobolds over here as well, or the gnolls, I should say, but they're only on the half of the map with the Warcraft player. So interesting. There's also, of course, a day-night cycle, right? There's a day-night cycle as well, which is also impactful to Warcraft units when it comes to the creeps going to sleep, when it comes to certain races gaining extra vision, talking about night elves, for example. So yeah, there is a lot that comes into this here, and yeah, it's a unique way to attempt to balance this, is cutting the map in half, having one half with, you know, resources that one player can use, the other without. Behind this, getting to our first wave of heroes. Let's go. Yo, Uther's coming. Let's go. The Paladin. We're going to be opening up with the Paladin, likewise Rifleman as well. Meanwhile, the cross map, Shalsed, as we mentioned, just going for a Rax expand. Behind this, going for his factory as well. Pretty standard setup here from Shalsed is what I will say. Is going to be opening up in a standard fashion, and we'll see where he goes from here. I'm not really too familiar with the pace of the game that we're going to be expecting either when it comes to how long it takes for units to come online. I do know that in general, when it comes to Warcraft 3 units, it does take a little bit. I should say that the armies themselves are smaller. The units themselves are a little bit more powerful, especially with the hero units. Speaking of, there we go, Paladin or Truth Bearer? Question mark. Uther has arrived. Let's go. Going to be breaking through the creeps to gain access to another expansion. It looks like, hold on, there is an inventory. Oh, he just got an item. He got Slippers of Agility +3. Ooh, so because of the UI, I actually won't be able to see what items they're getting completely. Sentry wards. Okay, let's go. But it looks like they aren't getting resources. There they are. Okay. I get resources, of course, and go to the shops. They can, of course, purchase things, upgrade, or level up here on the hero. Let's go. We're cooking. Back at home, we're just settling in. Now, this is going to be the Brood War race. Bear that in mind as well. I wasn't actually too certain, but yes, it is going to be Warcraft 3 Evolution versus Brood War races here. So we have Siege mode being researched, getting into Biotank. It's just there's just so much that's going to be coming into play. I imagine that when it comes to the Brood War races, they're on the same patch as StarCraft Evolution. I would imagine that would make sense in my mind, but I'm not entirely certain as to that. As YoungYakov, he does rotate around. But again, I don't see him breaking this kind of siege position anytime soon. Yeah, so that's not going to happen. The Riflemen, though, they do have range. Still within range of the tank. They're so tanky, actually. Okay. And they have the healing ward. With the help of the healing ward, we can actually try to break through this. Okay, Vulture goes down. Working our way through the depot as well. I mean, I'm so surprised at how tanky this is. Oh my god. YoungYakov, he's breaking through the depots. It's pushing through. Poison being pulled to defend. Yeah, there's that heal as well. Uther, he should be pulling back. There we go. Does pull away. Oh my god. The extra shots. And YoungYakov not losing a single unit so far. Throwing down another ward. Okay. I mean, clear. So what I was worried about here is that I would imagine for a lot of these players, it's their first time playing. But this was clearly very well formulated by YoungYakov, aware of like his capabilities or like what he could achieve, what he couldn't achieve, especially with a healing ward. And yeah, again, this is what I was like most curious about, is that units in Warcraft 3, there's going to be less of them, but they're going to be so much more impactful in a sense, where they're more tanky, of course, but also they do more damage. So very curious. As YoungYakov is going to be expanding. Likewise, Shalsed going into mech. Let's go. Getting into tank Vulture. I say in the chats, I wonder if Ladders realizes Brutal Terran, not SC2 Terran. I already pointed that out. If you heard the stream, I was talking about how I would imagine that they're using the StarCraft Evolution version of Brutal races. I would imagine. So So we're hunting down more creeps. Still so far, 0 units dead for YoungYakov. As he's working his way through. Likewise, Shase setting up for another expansion. Going for the third. Getting into his vulture upgrades. I don't read chat super late challenge. Impossible. Ah. Este Hyper 1. You should speak faster. Speak up, Happy. Speak up. Yo, we got Claws of Attack 9. Okay, okay. All the Claws of Attack and boosts of speed. So I was trying to figure out if it was worth having the UI here or not. It might be worth. Why am I going off? It might be worth turning this UI off just so we can see the items for the heroes. That might be worth it, and the level of the heroes as well. But then we'll have like less to view. So there's a bit of a give and take. Yeah, it's a learning process. Oh, good. Oh, we don't have high ground vision. As from here, Shasa is still just building up, just going pure vulture tank. Just building up his tank line, setting his spider mines as well. Likewise, yo, we have Murden on the way. Second hero. As YoungYakov going to be forced back home. And yo, we killed one worker. Let's go. But true, like worker harass is going to be a little bit more difficult as well, as workers are just more tanky, which I'm not opposed to. So far, YoungYakov just mowing his way through, going pure rifleman. Oof. Yo, he's just tanking all the mines to the face, all the mines. I'm most curious if at any point we're going to be seeing some, as we have some zeppelins, let's go, seeing some like healing shrines, or I'd say healing shrines, I mean healing fountains on some of these maps. That'd be interesting. Or mana fountains. But now going for the drop. Vulture does scouts. Very fortunate here for Chassé. Yeah, he responds, he rotates towards the natural, he's ready, he's in position. Tanks will siege. Likewise, oh, got our sages on the way. Up! Jumping to the mineral line. Getting a couple of vultures. Tanks are at the siege, we have to get the hell out of here. Oof. Popping up micro. YoungYakov popping up. He's timing on the tanks. He's crazy. Yeah, the riflemen, they're being shut down. Saving only 3 of them in the end. Oh, and Uther will get out. Again, I feel like it takes a lot of practice to know, like, how much your hero can tank. Because, mate, he took, like, what, like 6 tank shots to the face. So many, actually. Was able to get out of there. Did pull out. That was how many riflemen? That was 3. 3 riflemen going down. Oh, actually very gas intensive. Jesus. Very gas intensive. They use their own balance for brutal races. Oh, okay. I see. I feel like they should just use the balance of actually, no, I guess not. I was gonna say that they should just copy over StarCraft Evolution, but I guess it's not balanced for SC2 races, so it makes sense that it would be their own thing. Oh, Spider-Man shot going up. Let's go. We have the Paladin shield. We got the bubble. Oh, but the tank boys are gonna be brutal here. The riflemen, they're gonna be going down. Uther, can he solo? Can the heroes do it on their own? Oh my god. They're getting on top of the tanks, and they're doing it. Let's go. And then we have some healing as well. But yeah, not bad. Despite how many tanks was that? 13. That was 13 tanks. 13 siege tanks, might I add. But no, yeah, YoungYakov breaks through. Mate, these boys, they're so tanky. Considering that like Murden is a lower level as well. As we just tank the Spider-Man to the face. Once again, we have the Paladin. Oh no! Do heal in time. Clutch heal. Very clutch heal. YoungYakov pulls away Murden. Moves forward with Uther and the Paladin. You know what I mean. And he's breaking through. He's breaking through. Breaks through the siege line. Diving on the main army. Yo, he stuns the Goliath. Yeah, and with that, YoungYakov, he's broken the natural. There's what, 2 tanks in the main base? What are 2 tanks gonna do, mate? You need at least 13. Oh my god. But yeah, when it comes to your spells, when it comes to your control, like, you have so much potential here, and YoungYakov is impressing me. Definitely is impressing. Boys are being pulled to survive. Tanks CG on high ground. Once again, yo, we popped the bubble. I know what it's called. Like, actually, it's like protector shield or something. They're bringing you the tanks once again, pushing into the main. How many units have gone down? 6 riflemen. The efficiency, mate. That's crazy. 6 riflemen have gone down. And with that, YoungYakov, he breaks into the main base. GG gets called, and YoungYakov takes game number 1. Whew. GG. Mate. GG, well played. Impressive, impressive. Again, I feel like, at least from what we've seen from game 1, it does feel like there's a little a lot of unit expression available here for Warcraft 3 units, just because, like, we spoke about it coming into this, like, oh, there's going to be less units to work with, so it allows you to, like, have a little more finesse or have a little more micro ability with them, a little more potential, and we saw that in full swing here. Remember, 6 units died, and I guess, like, one worker died for YoungYakov, but, like, he was so attentive with his control when it came to healing, of course, when it came to the protector shield as well, the bubble, if you will, and yeah, I mean, it was crazy. Like, what you're able to accomplish with so little as well, especially breaking the siege line of tanks, like, which I was not really expecting. Not expecting whatsoever. So GG well played. YoungYakov does take lead in the series, and now we're getting into game number 2 here. As a reminder, this is a best of 3, and now it's going to be Xiaoce's turn to play Warcraft 3. Okay, the roles are being reversed. Let's jump in. Let us go. It looks like, oh, we are once again playing the human race. Okay, in the top right hand corner we have the Chinese, the Chinese human player himself for SC Boy, the caster. It is Xiaoce. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner we have the blue Zerg player. It is YoungYakov. Sorry, I was dying earlier and still yet to recover, but here we go. Here we go. Looking forward to seeing whenever a player plays one of the other races like Orcs or like Night Elves or Undead. We'll get there eventually, I'm sure. Now we're going to be settling in. I'm curious if Xiaoce's played much Warcraft 3 or much of this mod. I'm sure he has. Later on, we're going to be featuring players like Harstem. Harstem, of course, used to compete in Warcraft 3. So definitely looking forward to seeing how he compares. Definitely. And once again, we have our creep camps. Once again, we have our vendors as well. We have the laboratory. Let's go. I almost called it observatory. But for those who are curious, you can purchase like specialized units from these buildings. Like we saw previously, Zeppelins, for example, which are dropships. You do purchase from these buildings. Likewise, items for your heroes to boost their offensive or defensive capabilities. If I remember correctly, you can buy like shredders. I don't know if that's in the game. Like, it'd be kind of weird. But there are definitely other forms of units that you can purchase. As we do actually, Xiaoce gonna be going for the wizard instead. I don't know what is officially called, wizard spellcaster. Interesting. And likewise, going for a very different approach, going for footmen instead of riflemen. Likewise, trying to leash the army into the bases. Trying to leash in. As the footmen are amassing. Already taking a lot of hits. Yo, there we go. You rally in. The militia, that's it. We have our militia. It's called the Mage Singer. Okay. Can I just call it like Gandalf? Oh, we got the Mage Singer. Likewise, the militia is about to run out as well, so it looks like we are setting up for an expansion. Breaking through the initial wave of creeps. Oh, a little bit of a missed rally here though from Xiaosays. It takes a lot of extra hits going straight across the map actually. He's just rallying, okay. We're just rallying across. Unfortunately, the elemental is about to run out. Xiaosay goes back to mining. Moving in, headed straight for the mineral line. But yeah, I mean, we were focusing a lot on Xiaosay. Behind this, we just had a standard opener here from YoungYakov, massing up lings. Of course, no queens to defend, as these are Brood War Zerglings. Oh. And Xiaosay just making his way between the bases, going straight for the kill. Going straight for the main. Ling trying to set up a surround. Drone drilling here, getting on top of the hero. And we do go for the full surround. Does get a couple of elementals up and running. The foot soldiers are going to fall. He does level up in time. Does level up. A lot of drones are falling. But YoungYakov, he actually does not have enough to deal with this. Oh my god, the lings, they go down. The drones as well. No shot. And this rush, he's breaking through. Takes down the drones. Down to 3 footmen. Losing 1. But again, they're just so tanky. Jesus. The lings, they melt. Hunting down the Overlord. More lings building up here on the low ground. Get essentially a 1-base all in. Xiaosay is expanding behind this, but it's going to be a one-way trip. Technically, he can teleport back home, true. Does have the scroll of town teleport. Or town portal, even. And speaking of YoungYakov, he just ignores the army. I mean, that's probably a wise choice here. Like, the efficiency has been insane, especially in the mineral line. So YoungYakov just goes across the map, bearing in mind that you can, of course, ring the town bell. You can militia the army, militia the units. Lings, they flood in. The wall is not a wall. Yeah, we're going straight for the mineral line. There's that teleport. Force the teleport. Back at home, YoungYakov can go back to mining. Ooh. Delaying the hatchery. Delaying the town hall. There we go. Does delay. And behind this, YoungYakov just droning. Just droning up from here. Massing up more lings. Xiaosay trying to build up his own work count as well. Lings, they come in for a surround. Not bad. Yeah, much better surface area this time. And going straight for the hero. Does level up, but alas, will go down. And with that, Xiaosay gets caught out. Unlike previously, where he was in between the buildings, where he was able to reduce the surface area, that is not the case this time. Yeah, just rough positioning for Xiaosay. Does pull some of the boys. The boys, they can do well for themselves. And honestly, Lynx, they can just wait this out. Yeah. Can just pull away. Just wait at the militia. And then come back in. Oh, there's no cooldown. Okay. Never mind. There's no cooldown. Does not deny the hero. Oof. Yo, we have a Muradin. Have a dwarf. Oh my god. Jesus. Calm down. Okay. Well, we defend. That was like a war stomp ability, right? Yeah. Sorry, thunderclap. That's it. Thunderclap. So, never mind. Xiaosay, we're holding. we're holding, Pappy. May just stomp the ground. We're good to go. He's crazy. Hi. But yeah, if I recall correctly, Muradin can thunderclap, which is what that was. Hi. But I think I will, to help with that sort of thing, I think I will maybe put on the regular UI for the next game. Just because I don't know how much the UI on the bottom of the screen is really helping too much. Like, sure, we have upgrades. Like, sure, we can say the worker counts, but maybe regular after this. Lings, they flood in. Well, that's Xiaosay, he's holding. Looking to expand. Lings, they just keep flooding in. Yeah, YoungYakov behind this. He's not taking up. There's no lair. There's no hydrogen. Just pure mass ling. There's no finesse here from YoungYakov. No finesse. As things are coming from behind, they hunt down the altar. No more heroes. Not for now. Likewise, Chasse getting supply blocked. Does get supply block here. But he has control of the ramp. Like, should be able to maintain himself. Healing back up. Yo, I want to see another stomp. I want to do it again, Bappy. Do it again. Bad balance. I don't think I necessarily would go that far. Yeah, he's looking for the thunderclap. Oh no, mate, that must have felt so good earlier. Like, like killing all those lings in one button. Like he wants it again. He wants it. It's like he has like a massive like baneling basically, and YoungYakov, he has to make sure he avoids it. He's like, oh damn. Oh god. Massive baneling that's on cooldown, I should say. So YoungYakov, he has to pull back. And meanwhile, the lair is done, taking up into Aspire, into meters. And that's going to be something that Chasse can't really deal with here. Unlike the previous game where YoungYakov, he went mass rifleman, here we have limited anti-air. Very limited anti-air here for Chasse. Lings, they do flood in. Yeah, they rush past, heading to the mineral line. It takes a long time to kill these workers, though. And they can maybe get one. Oh, not even. Yeah, Lings, they tickle the workers. Gonna be forced back. Likewise, diving in towards the natural. One worker falling. Oh my god! He did it! He did it again! But here come the mutas. The mutas, they have arrived. And what shoots up? Okay, there's two riflemen. We have two. And the hero, of course. And the elemental. Is that enough, though? Taking down one of the priests. Second priest goes down. Trying to magic box on the army. They still take a lot of hits. Yeah, but limited anti-air. Up. Barely not getting another worker. Force back. Chasse, he's holding. Like, yeah, doing all for himself. Is holding on. Plenty of footmen here on the low ground. Lings, they try to flood in. Behind this, 7 workers have gone down. Hey, going for the watchtower. Going for the tower. More riflemen building up. Once again. He claps the Lings. He claps them. Stream dead? Oh. Oh, did the stream go down? Oh. That's a little bit unfortunate. My apologies. Yeah, I saw Twitch reset. That's gonna be annoying to deal with. So hopefully you didn't miss too much as Muse hit the main. Went back on super quick. Okay. Yeah, on my end it didn't even register. Like, didn't even register that the stream went down. Regardless, diving with the rifleman once again. Chasse, he's getting his natural up and running. It's happening. He's getting there. And likewise, I guess it's one of those things where the worker counts are quite low. Like, I'm having a hard time judging, like, what is proper saturation for the Warcraft 3 player, because really what matters here is, like, gold income, if I'm not mistaken. Like, lumber is somewhat useful, of course, when it comes to teching, but not as prioritized. So Chasse is holding his own. Like, YoungYakov, he's on 80 drones. Like, he's on full max saturation. It's crazy. Lings, they dive in. Nice position here with the footman. Oh no, it's Moradin. Get out of there. Moradin even. Moradin? Ay, ay, ay. Get out of there. I think it's Muradin, right? Muradin Bronzebeard? That's it. You know, I kind of know my Warcraft 3. But the mutas, they do shut down the initial hero. There's limited anti-air. We have the Elemental. We have, well, like one Rifleman left. And the Master Muta has done it, taking down every single anti-air unit. The final Rifleman is going to go down. The Priest as well. And what else shoots up? There's nothing. There's nothing, Pat. And just making sure the turrets do not get up and running. Knocking down the towers. And Chasse being overwhelmed. Oh, was able to throw his axe. Let's go. Going for the final hero. Yeah, and with that, Chasse just doesn't really have anything left. As we just came to the production, GG gets called, and YoungYakov, he will take the series 2-0, winning with both Warcraft 3 and with StarCraft Brood War. GG. GG, well played. I'm going to change the UI here. Un momento. I will change the UI to help things out, just because I feel like that the bar on the bottom isn't really helping too much, and it's obscuring some information from us. So we'll see how we go. See how we go. I guess I'll go default for now, for the time being. Regardless, GG well played. YoungYakov does take it. I do appreciate that we saw two very different styles. If you weren't here for game one, YoungYakov, he went Mass Rifleman. He went Mass Rifleman with Uther, with the Paladin as the hero initially, and he obviously was quite successful with that. He had a lot of micro potential. He had a lot of kind of micro expression, I should say, that was able to make use with that army. Here we saw something very different. We saw a rush, basically. We saw like a footman rush from Chasse. I believe it was supposed to end the game as he got across the map, got into the main base, was doing a lot of damage, traded very well against the army of YoungYakov, against the Lynx and the drones, and eventually YoungYakov, he just ignored it. He was like, you know what, I can't deal with this. I'm on 4 bases anyway. He counterattacked instead. He forced the recall back home, and then we had more of a back and forth. I say back and forth. From there, YoungYakov was ahead. If you recall, at no point could Chasse ever push out. You know, he was surviving, yes, and he was trading efficiently, true, but he never really had any pushing power after losing that first army. I believe, again, because he was going for more of an all-in. But I appreciate at least that we saw two very different styles, two very different builds, and clearly what I appreciate most is that they're thought out, and it's not like these two, I don't get the impression that they're playing this mode for the first time. Like, I get the impression that like they kind of knew more or less what they were doing and how they were approaching it, which I appreciate. GG. GG, well played. With that, YoungYakov does take the 2-0, does advance on to the semifinals, and we are now getting into our next game. Up next, we have Harstem versus LawLiet in maybe a PvT. We'll find out. Let's go. Harstem, of course, a current SC2 pro, and he used to play competitively Warcraft 3 back when he was younger. A lot of the old school European players did compete in Warcraft 3. Meanwhile, we have LawLiet. LawLiet is a Korean current Warcraft 3 pro. He's a Warcraft 3 pro player. Maybe he played StarCraft 2 at one point back in the day, but for the most part, he is a current competitor. So it was great to see that he was able to find this game mode, find this mod. I'm sure the SC Boy team did reach out to him to have him, to get him involved. And I'm curious to see what a current professional of Warcraft 3, how he fares against a professional of SC2. Considering there aren't any SC2 races here. True. It's Brood War. Let's go. Let us go. LawLiet is a still Warcraft 3. Oh, so he's the world champion. So he won IEM Katowice is what you're saying. Ah, let's go. As we are... There we go. As we are jumping into our next series, as spawning in the top left-hand corner of Whispers of Gold, we have the green Protoss player representing Team Shopify Rebellion. It is Harstem. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have the human player, the red human from South Korea. It is LawLiet for Phantom Aces. He has one big trophy to his name. So you're saying like he's the best human player out there. Okay. Assuming that his main race is human. I don't know what his main race is. As Sue was the best Zerg. True. But now we're setting up. And now we're able to experience the Protoss side of things. Let's go. Again, I don't really know how much experience Harstem has with playing Brood War. I'm sure he has for content on his channel. I would imagine he's dabbled in StarCraft Evolution at least a little bit, but I would only imagine. Oh, I should get rid of the... Yeah, hold on. Bam, I'll get rid of this. We'll get rid of this. Okay. So we'll see if this is a little bit better here. The human play. True. If we don't really gain too much out of this UI, then we'll just switch back. But with the default UI, we can actually like click on units, we can read their names, we can check their abilities, which maybe is a little bit better, especially if we're a little bit more unfamiliar with how things are like phrased and like terminology. As LawLiet, he is going to be opening up once again with the initial Paladin hero and with a Rifleman. Very similar to actually how YoungYakov was playing earlier. True. Very similar. There's actually the upkeep top right as well. God. Hold on, I need to remove that as well. Bam. Okay. Here we go. But yeah, it actually shows us the upkeep. Okay, cool. We're a little bit more in the know. Wait, is that an initial creep? Oh my god, I just just realized. Interesting. I'm referring to this guy here, the Apprentice Wizard. As back at home, we have our more or less standard opener here, getting into our Twilight Council follower. Twilight Council on the way. Army breaks out with a handful of militia. Yeah, there we go. Now we can see. Despite this being the default UI, it is still a little bit. It's still a little bit jank. I'm referring to how the items aren't actually like placed directly on top of where they should be. Like they're a little bit off center, which is kind of weird. But there you go. Wait, what? Wait, I thought this was meant to be Brood War. Wait, what? I was a little bit confused earlier, but okay, no, never mind. SC2. SC2 versus Warcraft 3. Let's go. Never mind. As LawLiet, he's gonna break out. Behind this, going Glaive Adepts into DTs. Is this meant to be a thing? Like, are we? Is this allowed for Harstem? I thought it was meant to play Brood War. Am I crazy? Regardless, once again farming more creeps, just clearing up his side of the map. Behind this, what do we have to work with? Jesus, +9 pools of attack already. Okay. We're building up. We're getting set. As Adepts, I do threaten the shade. Heading towards the main. At the same time as Harstem moves in, LawLiet moves out. Does push through the center. Running into more Adepts. Does run in. Harstem goes to the shade. We do have a teleport. Now we have the militia instead. LawLiet, he races back home. So far, getting one worker. Getting a couple of workers here. At the same time, LawLiet, ooh, he does second guess himself. A little bit indecisive. He keeps pushing. He's confident in his boys. We'll eventually clean up the Adepts. And back at home, what is there to defend? We have shield batteries, we have the NG overcharge, stalkers, Adepts. Harstem looking solid. Time to design a new overlay for sure. Like, it's very... It's a little bit messy here. Gee, what the hell is this? As we have a Lapis Concoctor now, which I imagine would have been bought from one of these buildings. Okay. DTs have arrived. With that, no detection. Forces a recall. Thankfully, there is a sentry ward. Let's go. We have some form of detection. But this is going to be an issue here for LawLiet as he has to completely back off. Does back off, does retreat. Thankfully, sentry wards do last quite an amount of time. Is there a unit that you can, as it looks like we just sold a bunch of items. Is there a unit that can provide detection here? I know that you can take over the observatory, oh, sorry, this here, the laboratory, and from here you can actually scan. Here you have the reveal spell. You have reveal, you have sentry wards. But I'm not too familiar with like detectors in Warcraft 3. We got the flying machine. Big scroll of healings. Another scroll of teleport. Or town teleport. Moving out. Yo, we got the shredder. Let's go. Harstem just building up a more standard gateway mortal composition. First of all, taking a lot of hits though. Oh my god. Does take a lot of damage. First immortal goes down, one immortal left. Kiting back. Again, the Paladin having a hard time pushing in. Does break through. It does try to break through here. Shield battery not really coming into play. The burst damage is insane. A lot of burst damage here. Likewise, does keep the Uther back. Just for support. Yo, I'll be honest, there's a lot of spells going on here and I have no idea what it is. Does use a healer. I know that. Heals up, shuts down the army, breaks through. And from here, the third base is going to be broken. Harstem heals both immortals, barely has any stalkers left. From here, busting into the mineral line. Mate, I didn't even know you could get this unit in the game, okay? The Lapis Concoctor. He's like, he's crazy. He's throwing stuff all over the place. Okay, let's go. Once again, pulling back, and yeah, he breaks a third. GG gets called, and LawLiet, he stays in just to kill units. But LawLiet, he does take game one. GG. GG. Humans OP. Everyone's playing humans so far. I want to see some of the other races. Also, I don't know how I feel about that UI. I'll be honest. Not too sure how fond I am. But GG. GG, well played. I mean, at least I guess you can see the items that are being taken. True. Can see the items. So I'm still torn. I think I'll commit to this UI for at least this series, and then we might switch again. Might switch afterwards. But GG, LawLiet does take a lead in the series, and now we're getting into game number 2. Again, coming into this, I assumed that it was going to be Brood War versus Warcraft 3, but I guess that's not the case. I guess we do whatever we want. We do it all, Pat. We do it all. As in the top right-hand corner, we have our blue human player. Once again, more human. Yo, where are the Night Elves? Where are the Orcs? We're all just human. For Shopify, it is Harstem. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the SC2 Terran player from the land of South Korea. It is LawLiet. For Phantom Aces. Here we go. All right, Harstem, show us what you got. As again, we did have a very different approach last game when it came to LawLiet, when it came to playing human. Going to more, once again, a more rifleman composition, similar to YoungYakov actually, but we saw a lot more finesse when it came to like selling items, buying initial units. And when it came to the conductor, there was a lot of spells going on that I wasn't fully aware of what they were doing, I'll be honest. But it did look like he was supporting his army, buffing his riflemen, allowing them to deal more damage, or sustain less damage. I was able to break through. There's going to be a bit of a learning curve when it comes to what some of these units do. We'll get there, we'll get there. Especially some of the specialized, like, mercenary units, which I'm very unfamiliar with. But okay. So far, you see Harstem once again opening up with the Paladin. The only player that we haven't seen do this was Chassé when he opened up with the Priest, or with the, I guess, Sage. And it's just settling in. Yo, I appreciate the Warcraft 3 UI though. Let's go. The Lordaeron UI. As LawLiet is going for an economic opener, going for a Rax expand, or for one gas geyser. Again, I'm not too familiar with how LawLiet's like what skill level he is with SE2 races. Not too familiar. Not even too sure if he competed in StarCraft 2 many years ago. I'm sure he dabbled. Here we are going to be opening up. It's a mod. Yes, yes. This is a new mod that is actively being worked on. Shout out to SE Boy for helping to support it. They made their own Discord like a couple of weeks ago. And I think they added a new patch last week as well. A patch that isn't applicable to this, I should say. Not to this event. Harstem, he does militia some of his units. Going for the creeps. Likewise, going to mass riflemen. Yeah, I feel bad for Chassé. He was the only one to make footmen. He was ah. There we go. Does get Cloak of Shadows. Okay. Invisibility at night. Might be a factor. Feels a little bit niche. But again, just farming, clearing out more creeps. Back at home, would you have a more bio-heavy composition here? Rushing into Concussive Shell. That I was not expecting, but we are getting into a 2-1-1 setup here from LawLiet. Building up his bio army. I mean, something like rushing to Concussive is seen more against Protoss here in case there is going to be early game aggression. So I guess a safer play here from LawLiet is going to be a little bit safer. Harstem breaking out. Hiding well, going for his expansion, getting up to a 2-base economy. Nothing too major here. Out of Harstem. Meanwhile, yo, we good? Are we okay? My OBS says that we're connected. Likewise, getting to Sim. This does feel like a bit of an unorthodox build here out of LawLiet, getting into a 2-1-1 setup, still without a starport, just building up more bio, marines, tanks, Sim City as well, being a little more defensive. Blizzard servers are dying at the moment. I see. Couldn't play ladder in NA or do co-op. Yeah, I heard that people, they were having a hard time making lobbies, or they couldn't make any lobbies either. Is it do you know if is it just NA, or is it also affecting the European and the Korean server? I might have to switch servers, like if that's happening. Otherwise, Harstem moving out. Making his way towards LawLiet. So again, LawLiet so far pretty well set up here. He's got his bunker, he's got 2 tanks. I mean, despite that, we've seen how impressive these pushes can be. We saw this from YoungYakov earlier. Oof. Likewise, KungFu Shell gets revealed. Harstem pulls away. He doesn't quite break through. LawLiet holding well. Third TC on the way. Harstem, did he sell his cloak? He did not. Oh, he's got 2 of them. He's got 2 of them. Double cloak at night. And yeah, LawLiet, he's being a little bit more passive here. I don't know if this is the correct approach to take. Again, like, we haven't really seen too much of how these races interact with each other. Jeez, that's a lot of items. Another Cloak of Shadows. Jesus. Oh, no, he dropped it. Okay. They drop it in the end. As LawLiet, he's double expanding even. Getting a 3rd TC and a 4th. Quite greedy. Quite greedy, to be honest. Now LawLiet, he moves out. He exposes himself. This does give Harstem the opportunity to be active himself. Let's try to break this. Otherwise, I mean, welcome one and all to Amygdala. One of the larger maps in the map pool. Wait, sorry, I just realized. What? Oh. Oh, that's crazy. Wait. Sorry, I just realized that entire bases were removed. And to take their place, we had these creep camps. Sorry, I just assumed that they were there. But no, they're replacing bases instead. Oh, I see. That's actually influential here because it removed the center base, it completely opens up the center of the map. Like, this actually impacts, like, the terrain. Which I don't think was the intention, because I think it's meant to be like, oh, just replace bases, like, in the game code with creep camps. But like that's actually important, specifically for Amygdala, and most likely for El Dorado as well, right? Because then suddenly you open up El Dorado. Okay. All right, I see you. That's actually impactful. It'd be for like El Dorado, Amygdala, Alkiona as well. I mean, Alkiona is on the map pool. I think those are the only 2 that come to mind currently. Okay. Meanwhile, oh my god, Jesus! The rifle, they cracked. They sniped the Medivacs out of the sky. Oh my god. Wow, this healing spray. Okay, and chemical rage. Speaking of, does rage in. Enter, increasing movement rate, attack rate by 15%. Okay. Does dive in. And it breaks on through. Again, no SimCity out here. LawLiet, he exposed himself. I mean, he lost 2 full Medivacs. I mean, he's barely got anything to work with here. Has to pull the boys. From here, he heals up his rifleman, breaks through. And from here, what can LawLiet do is go 1 tank on the high ground. The last were out of range. Diving into the bases. 3 waves of healing. It's okay. Yeah, it's like an AoE heal. Yo, he's got the Troll Berserker as well. And GG gets caught. LawLiet, he gets broken. And Harstem, he will take game number 2, tying up the series 1-1. GG. He's still just killing units. GG, well played. Mate, the DPS output of the Rifleman was crazy. So we spoke about this earlier, about how in general, Warcrafter units, they hit harder and they're also tankier because there are less of them, right? They're just less units, so like they're more impactful. But when it comes to situations like that, I was just a little bit shocked myself, because you don't often see that few units you kill a Medivac that quickly. That was very little time to respond there. LawLiet dropping in supply immediately. Likewise, you spoke about it, but he was lacking SimCity outside of his 3rd base. So, I mean, we saw that in the end, Harstem could just rush in, could just race through, and take it. GG. GG, well played. But yeah, I do find it a little bit fascinating, specifically for maps like Amygdala and for El Dorado, just based on how this game mode works, because it's replacing bases with units and replacing mineral patches as well, and that actually will impact the map itself, which is cool. I don't think that was like an intended outcome of affecting some of these maps, but like just happens to occur. Let's go. We are jumping into the ace match. Let's go. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Frostline, we have the Terran? Okay. We have the blue Terran player from the land of the Netherlands, representing Shopify Rebellion. It is Harstem, not Protoss. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, once again playing human, the red human player from South Korea, representing Phantom Aces, it is LawLiet. For Lordaeron, for the Alliance. Oh no. Let's go. But yeah, so sorry, this is just something that I just didn't, my bad for not noticing it, but yeah, so the Warcraft 3 player only has 2 bases on their side of the map. They really only have 2 expansions. So they have their main, they have their natural, and again, like a low worker count is expected here, I suppose, but I guess we're disincentivizing expanding to a 3rd outside of like the center of the map, which would be crazy. So just a 2-base setup here for the Warcraft 3 player, and of course all the creeps, which do provide resources, of course, but they do replace the gas geysers and the mineral patches that are here otherwise. Okay, they do replace them. Of course, you can like sell items and stuff like that as well, so there's other ways to gain resources for the Warcraft player. But that does have the side effect of removing patches, which can influence certain maps. Nice. Likewise, we do see a more economic opening here out of Harstem, going for its own Rax Expand, single gas, playing SC2 Terran. Likewise, LawLiet back at home, once again opening up with the Paladin. And I would expect a similar playstyle to what we just saw. That's what we've seen from LawLiet so far. Likewise, from most of the human players, is to go into the Paladin initially, going to Master Rifleman as well to support, getting the Concoctor, which is, as we've seen, like a really powerful supportive unit as well when it comes to healing, when it comes to supporting the army. That's typically how things have gone. There is, of course, a little bit of an RNG aspect when it comes to items that you acquire. Something that Harstem didn't do last game, which I did notice, is in game 1, we saw LawLiet actually get the shop a lot faster, the item shop that you can build, and I believe he got that just so he can sell items. That was something that Harstem didn't do. I mean, still was able to break through and end the game anyway, but yeah, just a slight difference between the two players. Variation, I should say. Alright, breaks through the nulls. Yo, we got slivers of agility. Let's go. What does that mean? Oh. Talisman of Evasion. Causes attacks against a warrior to miss 15% of the time. Does not stack. Okay. Not bad. Pen of Engie increases mana. I mean, I feel like this is also a bit of a learning curve, is learning what items are useful to what hero, what items aren't as useful. Yo, can we steal? can we like steal creeps? And like last hit? No shot. That would be crazy. I would imagine we could, right? I would imagine it would be quite difficult, but I can't wait. I'm waiting for the game where we have the StarCraft player trying to steal kills and like deny items or deny EXP. Now Helling will be zoned away. Behind this we have Harstem going into a 1-1-1 into Banshee. As Cloak is on the way. We did see previously that detection can be a bit of an issue. A little bit. Harstem pulling away the weakened rifleman. Not bad, getting up to level 3. Getting a ring of protection. Oh, never mind, he doesn't want it. Throws the ring to the ground. Wait, I don't need your protection. Gets a Pendant of Mana. You can make hallucinations as well. Let's go. Here we go. Harstem, he's going to be pushing out. Likewise, as he moves out, he does end up purchasing one of these things. Tinkerers? Question mark? Oh my god. Tank volley going up. Likewise, will be committed. Oh, sorry, LawLiet is what I meant to say. Harstem, he's set up so far. Decent SimCity, he's got his 2 tanks. But LawLiet, he is breaking through. So far, breaks through that initial bunker. Again, the heals have been clutch. I mean, thanks to all the mana that he's gotten, yeah, he can just keep healing. Does help himself up. Breaks through the front line, getting on top of the tank. And LawLiet is going to be able to break through this. Yeah, the tanks are exposed, one after the other. Banshee did not come into play. It wasn't really a factor. There is no detection, but it may not matter. May not matter. I do apologize for saying that LawLiet was Harstem earlier, as the Banshee is wreaking havoc in the mineral lines. Workers are going down, but LawLiet, he is pushing through. Harstem trying to hold on. Oh, the heal! Going for the kill. The natural. That's crazy, actually. So what just happened here is LawLiet, he just waited out the cloak. Like, he just waited out the Banshee. Like, his units were just that tanky. And GG gets called. Harstem, he's got nothing left. He gets broken. And LawLiet, he will take the series 2-0. GG. GG, well played. Harstem going for a 1-1-1. Unfortunately, the Banshees weren't really a factor. He was able to harass across the map, but when it came to the main defense, he was not able to hold on. Again, we did notice that LawLiet, he was intentionally just throwing away, casting aside items, I should say, just to boost his mana. He was able to heal up. He was able to sustain his army, broke through. GG. GG, well played. Unfortunately, I don't think we were able to, I mean, the boys weren't being pulled to repair or anything like that. Potentially Harstem not taking it as seriously, but yeah, it's crazy impressive just how tanky these units can be and how terrifying they are just in small numbers. Like, it's still taking me some time to like gauge like the strength of an army and how much potential they have and what you require to actually defend and actually hold. I think that's something that both players still have to work through. But regardless, GG. GG, well played. Whew. LawLiet will take it, and alas, Harstem will be knocked out. Will be knocked out. Congratulations, and that's going to lead us here into the semifinals. Into the semifinals of the tournament, so we have 4 players here. We have, of course, YoungYakov advancing on earlier. It's going to be YoungYakov versus MaxEd, and MaxPax versus LawLiet. Oh boy. So I'm hoping that we get to experience some of the other races. We've only seen human out of Warcraft 3. I would love to see some Night Elves, some Orc. I have heard that Orcs are like a little bit weaker, and I think they got buffs in the latest patch. So I think that's going to be a factor to consider for the next weekly tournament or next bi-weekly. But for now, yeah, we've only seen human. I mean, we're learning. We're learning more and more about them at least, but yeah. For now, we're going to be going on a short break. We're going to be going on a short break, and we're going to get ready for the semifinals and the grand finals thereafter. See you soon. See you soon. welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the 2025 KungFu Cup #1 Warcraft 3 Evolution. A very unique tournament which does feature a mod bringing together Warcraft 3 and StarCraft. Let's go. Let us go. We are jumping into the semi-finals as we have reached our top 4. We have MaxPax, LawLiet, YoungYakov, and Maxed. And we're here to find out which of these 4 players will advance on to the grand finals. Let's go. Let us go. We have been seeing a lot of human matchups. Basically, every player has been playing human when it comes to the Warcraft 3 races. I'm hoping to see a little bit more variety, but at least we're able to get a better idea of how these races interact and how they work against each other. Again, it is still a bit of a learning process for myself as well. Definitely, as this is the first time I'm jumping into this, and yeah, this really caught us off guard. For those that are curious, the SE Boy admin team, just out of nowhere, they announced that hey, they wanted to delve into this mod. They wanted to run some tournaments and support the progress of the mod and the development of the mod as well, which is really interesting to me. Just because, yeah, I guess Warcraft 3 is near and dear to their hearts in a way. Warcraft 3 was pretty big in China, maybe still is, but I know it was really big at the time. I know they did sponsor, of course, a lot of events, and we saw a lot of players like Rotterdam and Harstem back in the day traveling abroad, traveling to China to compete. So yeah, I'm sure it is definitely something that a lot of these old school players do have quite fond memories of. And I mean, that's why I'm sure we see Maxed. I can't wait to cast him once again after years. It's been a long time. Been a long time since Maxed did retire, so happy to see him once again. We'll get there though. For now, we're jumping into something that I was not expecting: MaxPax versus LawLiet. I'm a little bit in shock. I don't know if MaxPax has much history with this mod. I was surprised to see him sign up. It's not like MaxPax has been playing in StarCraft Evolution. Not at all. He doesn't play in the SEEL, but he apparently plays in this. So, okay, you have my attention. Let's go. I'm ready. I'm excited to see how MaxPax compares in something that isn't StarCraft 2. We go. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Amygdala, we have the Danish Protoss player representing Sidestorm Gaming. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean player, the Red Human. For Phantom Aces, it is LawLiet. Here we go. And once again, due to our Warcraft 3 race getting involved, the center of the map is going to be a lot more available here. It's going to be a lot more open already, so we can gain access to the center of the map. Likewise, the human player should be gaining map control early on, and we'll see how MaxPax can handle this. Again, we haven't really seen much Protoss yet in this matchup or in this tournament. We saw Harstem play it once and only once. So we'll see how MaxPax can adapt. Likewise, we've had, yeah, some more one-sided series so far. At least the previous one did go to the ace match. True. Did go to the ace. And every game so far, we haven't really seen too much variety here when it comes to how LawLiet has been approaching these matchups. I think that's what I find, do I want to say interesting or maybe a little bit disappointing? I know that depending on the matchups in Warcraft 3, you do want to adjust your playstyle and adjust your build. You know, adjust your starting hero and your approach, of course, in each matchup, whether you're up against, you know, orcs, up against undead, up against night elves, up against human, in the mirror matchup. But here so far, regardless of whether it's Zerg, Protoss, or Terran, it has been more or less the same, at least so far. I'm sure Shout says he did mix it up, but I mean, he went for more of a cheese anyway. Oh, the neutral group say leave the probe alone. Okay. Okay. You have my attention. For now, double gas opener. We have a gate into Cybercore. Zealot first out of MaxPax, being very safe. And we'll see if he plans some shenanigans here as the probe is being left towards the left-hand side. Stargate opener out of MaxPax, going for the safety. Shield battery on the high ground as well. This is an interesting opener here, especially considering that, of course, I would imagine our human player is going to be focusing a little more on creeping, more so than pushing out early on. Rifleman is revealed. MaxPax more or less aware of the build or the army composition here of his opponent, as the blacksmith is done. Likewise, the first paladin has arrived. Also, during the break, I did look up, and for some reason I thought it was a Tinker. It was the Alchemist. That's it. The Alchemist was the neutral hero that LawLiet has been embracing. I mean, I say LawLiet, all the human players really, except for Chasse. Every time, este Chasse. So if I get a bit of NG, +3 strength. Back at home, we do see MaxPax opening up Oracle. And we'll see what harassing damage you can get done. True, I mean, harassing early on with Oracles sounds quite effective considering we have limited anti-air to begin with. So there's potential for damage. As LawLiet he continues his creeping. Clearing up the Drain Knight camp. Oracle moves out. And ideally gets by undetected. So far, spots the army. Does spot it. Remains of intended. Essentially what's going to be done here by the Paladin. Going for the stasis. Oh no! Oh my god, massive connection! And getting almost every single worker. Very nicely done here by MaxPax. And alas, LawLiet does not react in time. Does run away. But this does make sense. I was about to say that something to bear in mind is that these units are very tanky. So if we activate the Pulsar Beam, most likely, I mean, MaxPax might not even kill a single worker. But the stasis, I mean, that's different. HP doesn't matter. Gets Revelation. MaxPax pulling away. Likewise, back at him going for a safety Void Ray. Let's go. Taking up into Blink. Setting up back at him with extra shield batteries. And here it comes LawLiet. Going for a very early move out. What do we have to work with? We have the Paladin. We have a handful of marksmen or riflemen. Three in total. Jesus. Stasis is set. Does he notice? He doesn't. Ooh, Stasis goes off. Massive pickoff. And LawLiet has to get the hell out. Oh, Stasis it barely lost here on the hero. Never mind. True. Heroes that have certain protection for themselves. And that only lasted a couple of seconds. Okay. Yo, you can intentionally bait out and break through like fields of stasis traps? No shot. Okay, I see you. Meanwhile, Oracle dives back in. Hits the main, going for another stasis, at least threatening a stasis trap. She's taking a lot of damage. Force back. Getting to the center tavern, show us that Alchemist. There it is, Alchemist has arrived. Now, the way the Alchemist works is it is a neutral hero, has limited kind of spells that it can learn, but as we saw, is one of the few heroes that can actually heal, which is what we've been seeing quite a lot of so far. Who actually gets the Acid Bomb instead. Boom, gets thrown down. Gonna be damage over time. Shield Battery is helping. Nice forces locking down the heroes. Oh my god. Clutch Heal. Clutch Heal here out of LawLiet. Saves the Alchemist. But will lose. Oh, never mind. Rifleman does survive. Whew. Does way survive. Force Fields do miss. But there we go. The first Rifleman finally goes down. Didn't quite connect with those Force Fields. Turns back around. That's still a lot of Stalkers though. There's another Acid Bomb. As is being forced back. There's a teleport and no, he doesn't save it. The Alchemist goes down. So nice pick up here from MaxPax. Likewise, LawLiet rallying into neutral camps. And MaxPax holds. He does hold. Does kill the Alchemist. Something interesting here is that even though the Alchemist was bought at the Central Tavern, it can actually be rebuilt at the altar. Let's go. It's being rebuilt. MaxPax, he holds. I guess that's another fact, another thing to bear in mind here is that heroes, sure, they can break through stasis traps that much faster, but force fields are still, you know, something that can lock them down. And MaxPax had potential with. Likewise, moving out. Again, being left alone by the creeps. The hero is still very low. And how many Stalkers do we have? Oh, so far. We have the Concave. Yeah, Guardian Shield as well. Alchemist has arrived. So far, still just has that Acid Bomb. Still level 1. Oh, bomb goes up. Softens up the army. Hands third base on the way. MaxPax getting a third, has gone into DTs. Stasis has arrived. Oh! Once again, they want a hero. Does get wasted. DT's waddling in. Do we have any detection? So far, no. There is no detection. There is no sentry ward either. DT's zoning the army away. Yeah, we have the rider in production. But it might just be too late. The invisible man. Oh no! Happens in SC2. There we go. There's a sentry ward. Ward gets thrown down. Another acid bomb. And with that LawLiet, he's holding. Does hold on. Oh! Clutch heal. Alchemist tanks. And yeah, I was curious, but now that we can click on it, the flying machine is a detector. And likewise, if I recall correctly, I don't think he can shoot down. Can he shoot down? I think so. Maybe. I might be confusing that with the Griffin, right? Where the Griffin can't attack down unless you actually like get a marksman or a rifleman on it, or like another unit on it, even. No, sorry. Am I thinking of the Hippogriff? That's it. That's the Hippogriff. That's now another acid bomb. Let's go. Well, yeah, forcing MaxPax back. Stalker's taking a lot of hits, a lot of damage. Yo, shout to Jade off in the chats. Oh, the Miss Rally. Be careful. Sacrifice looking good. Copia. But thank you so much for the subscription. 38 months, Baffy. Oh my god. 38 months in a row. That's a lot of months. Thank you, as always. Much appreciated. From here, clearing up the creeps. MaxPax getting a fourth. Maintaining his army, still sticking with a very gateway heavy composition. There's no finesse here, there's no immortals, there's no colossus, no disruptor, just pure mass blink stalker into eventually charge lots. Stasis goes off. There's a healing spray. Pushing on forward. Okay, not bad. And with the heals, we are maintaining ourselves. Mate, the Alchemist, he's carrying. Like, he is the tank. Well, he holds the line. MaxPax being forced further back. Charge is now done. +2 is on the way. We have Blink for those DTs. Yo, you can destroy items. Okay, I did not know that. Okay. You can snipe items. Interesting. Likewise, of course, you can deny creep in a very different way, but yeah, clearing creep, destroying items as well. True. There's value being active like this. You know, LawLiet establishing his natural. He was on one base this entire time, now getting a second. Max just getting ready for multi-prone. Setting up 2 armies. Oh, and as LawLiet moves out, MaxPax is moving in. Yeah, it does hit the natural. LawLiet racing back home. Ooh. Once again, does land a massive acid bomb. Covers every single unit. Dude, the splash damage is crazy. The radius of the splash damage, I should say. Okay, gonna be forced back. MaxPax forced the blink away. Doesn't lose many stalkers. Do we get softened up? Do we get softened up here? Oh no! Well, yeah, just scouting. Oh, the acid bomb does connect. Again, it's almost like a plague. Almost. I mean, not as powerful, of course. But does soften all the stalkers. Likewise, drop coming towards the natural. Once again, going for a massive Zealot counterattack. Does attempt to. Zealots in the natural, Zealots into the main. Does force a teleport. Yeah, Town Scroll was just used. And while LawLiet's being kept busy, here comes the main army. And again, that's a lot of stalkers. Push through. Nice force field, zoning away all the riflemen. Yeah, they are zoned back. No way to break this. And now we just focus on the heroes, focus on the paladin, focus on the alchemist. They're going to be targeted down. There's no saving them. Oof. And they're going to fall one after the other. And I say that alchemist does survive. True. Does survive. Another acid bomb. Zealots are cleaned up. But no mining in the main. So far they're holding the line. There's the healing spray. Let's go. So far we're holding on. Alas, MaxPax just reinforces. Just a massive wave of zealots. And he should overwhelm. We have disruptors on the way behind this. Despite how tanky these units are, there's only so much sustain and so much healing as well. As the alchemist is out of mana. He's out of mana. He's doomed. Oh no. Shredder goes down. And so will the natural. Yeah, there's no saving this. Oh, teleporting it. Let's go. Does teleport in. The offensive recall. Despite that, though, there's still the immortal alongside this. Jesus. The heal putting in a lot of work. A lot of work, Bappy. Oh my god, and LawLiet, he holds. This army's crazy. There he goes up. Ooh. Doesn't quite connect. Mate. LawLiet, he does hold on. He somehow saves the expansion. He saves the natural. Oh my god. And MaxPax, he lost a lot in that fight, by the way. He lost most of his stalkers. Down to only 3. I'm like 13. Down to 3 stalkers. Does save his immortal. He's massing up disruptors. I'm very curious to see how much damage these novas do. Like, how tanky are these units? Show us, Pappy. Show us. Land those novas. How many novas does it take to kill, like, a rifleman? They've got over 500 HP. It's crazy. It's insane. Does it take 5 novas to kill a rifleman? No shot. I mean, it would make sense, right? Just because, like, there's no like blink. There's like limited micro potential here with the unit. Like, yeah, 535. Jesus. Nova goes up. Will connect. Yeah. Takes 5. Technically takes 6. Takes 6 novas. That's crazy. Like, I don't even think an Ultra survives 6 novas, right? Like, an Ultra does not survive 6 purification novas. I could be wrong. Acid bomb goes off. Mate. It's just, visually, it's crazy to see. They just take the novas to the face. Don't even matter. Doesn't even matter, mate. 6 novas to kill a full HP rifleman. We take it to the face, Pappy. Let's go. Oh my god. Are they getting something up though? 3 novas connect. True. It's 3 novas connecting. This mod needs tuning. I should emphasize as I say that, like I'm laughing because like I'm just, as an SE2 caster and like enjoyer, it's crazy seeing so many novas connect, but it's necessary because like riflemen don't have blink, right? There's limited counter micro against a nova. Like, the nova is going to connect, unlike in SE2 where you can stim away or you can blink away and you can avoid novas. There's less potential for that here. There's no like war prism micro, for example. So like these units have to be tanky because they're gonna take them to the face. Like, they're not gonna avoid them is the thing. So like I should emphasize that this is for balance, like for balance purposes. Whereas if these were Marines, or if this, like, for Marines you can like stim in or stim away, right? Or you can like medevac pick up micro. Like there's no medevacs here, there's no war prism here, right? Like this is for balance purposes. It's just funny to look at. Cause we know how powerful a nova's meant to be. And mate, we just take him to the face. Meanwhile, Mothership has arrived, diving on the Alchemist. The other 3 novas, let's go! 3 novas, they do collider. There we go, finally! The riflemen go down. It took 5 of those novas. Let's go! And the natural has been broken. Breaks through the natural. LawLiet stuck on 1 base. Yo, we got the Griffin Riders. for the first time. And from here, LawLiet, he's being overwhelmed. The Novas are doing what they can. But alas, MaxPax, he has enough. He has enough. He breaks on through. Takes down the Rifleman. The one power to the left. Finally, it's going to go down. And GG, well play gets called. MaxPax will take game number 1. Whew. Oh my god. GG. GG, well played. MaxPax does take a lead in the series, but again, a very entertaining game, and I do appreciate that at least like over time we're getting the hang of it when it comes to how units interact. And I'm curious how MaxPax is going to handle playing Warcraft 3 and what race he plays as well. I'm curious. GG. GG. 7 base now. All right, that's another thing that I should emphasize, just to make things clear, just because things can look a little bit odd, especially as like an SC2 person watching. Something that I tried to emphasize, and we'll get into it again, is that there are less bases for the Warcraft 3 player. You were pointing out that there was like, you know, MaxPax was like on 5, 6, 7 bases. I don't know if you noticed, but the Warcraft 3 player has significantly less workers and less bases available to them. They only have a maximum of 3, I believe 3 bases that they can take, or 2 bases on some maps as well. They're meant to be able to sustain themselves on a lower base count because they have smaller army, and the smaller army and the lower amount of units are meant to be more powerful. Like that's kind of how the dynamic works here. Where the economy is smaller, the army is smaller, but it's like it's crazy. So here we go. As we're getting into game number 2. Getting into game 2. As spawning in the... we go. Okay. Let him cook. Now, the question becomes, again, how much of this mod has MaxPax played? Because I was very surprised to see MaxPax sign up for this tournament. And to see MaxPax and to make it look like he knows what he's doing, to make it look like he's played this before. What I mean by that, MaxPax doesn't play in just anything. He plays in a lot of online tournaments, true, but MaxPax, he hasn't touched StarCraft Evolution, for example, and that's, I would say, like a bigger mod with a bigger scene behind it, but MaxPax hasn't touched it, hasn't had interest in that, but he has been playing this, which surprised me, I should say. It did surprise me, so I'm curious to see how well versed MaxPax is in this Warcraft 3 Evolution mod. Ooh, as he... for the first time today, we're seeing a human player opening up with the dwarf, with Muradin. I believe. Muradin Bronzebeard? There we go. What's the name for this? I'd love to know. Like, for Uther, we call him like, he's the paladin, right? Muradin, he's like, is he like a berserker? Is he like it's like a warrior? I liked some terminology outside of just calling them by their name, you know, like...